We need two political parties in this country that are both living in reality, and you ain't one of them.
It's a catch-22. Basically, side with Democrats or you're unpatriotic is the line. Either way you go, Democrats are going to claim that Republicans are in favor of January 6th. Democrats are jumping on this and saying, it sounds like Republicans are afraid of the truth. Well, it seems like Democrats are afraid of the truth if they don't want to have a broader commission based on BLM. We can play this game all day long. Basically, if you don't want an investigation of an issue because you're afraid it's going to get politicized, then we can just claim that apparently you're afraid of the truth. Here is Nancy Pelosi clicking and clacking her way through this one.
It sounds like they're afraid of the truth, and that's most unfortunate. But hopefully they'll get used to the idea that the American people want us to find the truth. And that is what we intend to do, and to do it in a way that is as unifying as possible. That's why we yielded. Unifying as possible. If I wanted to go to another committee, I would have done it sooner, but I didn't want to go there.
No, what she wanted to do was get a little bit of cover from people like John Katko so that she could pretend that it was a bipartisan commission after making it not bipartisan because the entire staffing process is controlled by Democrats. Again, you could have had an impeachment inquiry. You did. You impeached Trump on this inside of a week because it was just so urgent to get rid of Trump before he left office, like a week later. And then you held it up for several days before even submitting it to the Senate. So this is politics all the way down. Again, Nancy Pelosi pretending to stand on principle is one of the most ridiculous things in life. Here's Chuck Schumer doing the same thing.
Letting the most dishonest president in American history dictate the prerogatives of the Republican Party will be its demise. Mark my words. Whatever that means for Democrats, it's bad for America. We all know, there needs to be a thorough and honest accounting of what took place on January 6th, the greatest attempted insurrection since the Civil War.
Okay, the greatest attempted insurrection since the Civil War? No. I mean, really, no. The greatest attempt... We literally had $2 billion in property damage over the summer with people who wanted to destroy the systems of the United States. We had federal buildings attacked en masse. It's not even the greatest insurrection attempt of the last 18 months. Okay, it was evil, and it was egregious, and the images were horrifying, and the criminals should go to jail. It was a bunch of morons who went into the Capitol building, were promptly dispersed and arrested within like 5 hours, and then the entire system just went on as before. So no, but again, the goal here is not real. It's not about January 6th. Okay, what this is really about is Democrats attempting to prolong the incident of January 6th and raise that as the specter, and then suggest that all Republicans are in defense of that. And so they created this catch-22 for Republicans. Either they go along with this very biased commission that is designed to elicit a response saying that all Republicans are responsible for January 6th, or Republicans say we're not going to go along with that commission, and then Democrats say, well, see, they won't go along with the commission because they're in favor of January 6th. So either way you go, Democrats are going to claim that Republicans are in favor of January 6th. Meanwhile, Democrats who are running for Senate have decided to make a big issue out of this. Of course, Tim Ryan, Democrat of Ohio, who ran a very short-lived, ill-fated presidential campaign last time around, and now wants to run for Senate in Ohio because, of course, Rob Portman's seat is open. He decided the best strategy here would be to get up and shout a lot, and the media would pay attention to him.
Benghazi, you guys chased the former Secretary of State all over the country, spent millions of dollars. We have people scaling the Capitol, hitting the Capitol Police with lead pipes across the head, and we can't get bipartisanship. What else has to happen in this country? Cops. This is a slap in the face to every rank and file cop in the United States. If we're going to take on China, if we're going to rebuild the country, if we're going to reverse climate change, we need two political parties in this country that are both living in reality, and you ain't one of them.
Okay, just a couple of questions on that particular clip. One, when he says that if we want to fight climate change, then we need to do the January 6th commission, I'm confused as to how these two are related. When he starts ranting and raving about how it's disrespect to cops not to do a January 6th commission, this is coming from the same party that has been ripping on the police as systemically racist for well over a year, minimum. I mean, actually longer than that, going all the way back to the Obama administration. And cops are quitting en masse. So you've picked an odd example of things that are disrespectful to the cops. The media are trying to play that aspect of this up. Of course, they did this a little bit falsely yesterday. There's a letter yesterday that was released by basically an unknown number of anonymous Capitol Police officers, and the media played it up as though the actual U.S. Capitol Police had sent out a letter calling for the January 6th commission. The U.S. Capitol Police immediately denied that and said that is not correct, but not before Nancy Pelosi and members of the media like Olivia Beavers decided that they would pump out the news that the U.S. Capitol Police had called explicitly for an investigation, a January 6th commission. Later, Olivia Beavers, this reporter, she had to actually walk that back. She had to delete her tweet. Her original tweet had something like 6,000 retweets and 12,000 likes. And it was replaced with a tweet saying, oh, yeah, no, it was just a couple of anonymous Capitol Police officers who said they wanted a January 6th commission. That tweet had like 33 likes because that's the way things work on Twitter. If it's information that confirms your priors, it goes viral. If it's information that does not confirm your priors, it does not. Meanwhile, CNN playing up exactly the Democratic Party line here, that is Republicans are choosing party over country. That was literally the Chiron on CNN, which is pretty strong editorializing here from CNN.
Now we know what Republican House leaders will do when confronted with a domestic terror attack on our Capitol. Nothing. It's the most cynical and spineless act imaginable. It's the definition of putting party over country. Because in opposing a bipartisan commission to investigate the insurrection on January 6th, Republican Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is once again choosing Trump over the truth while carving out his own profile in cowardice.
Don't worry, guys. This is all just journalism. It's all just journalism. Again, the entire January 6th commission theory here is not that they want to get to the bottom of the systemic law enforcement failures. The bottom line here is that what they wish to do is castigate everybody who disagrees with them politically and then lump them in with January 6th. And again, it's just set up for a catch-22. The catch-22 is that you're unpatriotic if you are against the January 6th commission. You are in favor of January 6th if you're against the January 6th commission as constructed by the Democrats, even if you offer an alternative. And also, if you go along with the commission, and then that biased commission comes up with a report saying that every Republican was complicit in January 6th, which, of course, has been the Democratic Party line since the day of January 6th. If you do that, then, of course, you're also unpatriotic. So it's a catch-22. Basically, side with Democrats or you're unpatriotic is the line. And this holds true throughout American public life. The new rule from the media, the new rule from Democrats, is that if you side with Democrats, you're patriotic. And if you don't side with Democrats, you're unpatriotic. And that holds true for every radical theory they push forward. I hope you enjoyed that clip from The Ben Shapiro Show. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you stay up to date with all our future content.